Topic. Nintendo this month had a small little mini direct, and there were some non-exciting, some pretty exciting, some news. So I decided to pull out a couple that I thought would be kind of cool to talk about, and what your thoughts were on these little bits of news.
Sure.
Did you watch the direct, or did you just...
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's only 11 minutes long.
It's a Nintendo Direct Mini. They just wanted to announce a couple things coming out and kind of pump up the interest. And I will go on record and say that I can't believe this, but Nintendo Directs, they were right on it. I remember when they first announced that they were going to stop doing these press conferences and stop doing like E3 really and kind of focus on doing these Nintendo Directs. And I was like, that's a stupid fucking idea. Like, anybody who's going to watch these are normal people, and it works. It works.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody talks about them. They are the most important things, and you don't have to wait for you talk about Nintendo news, and then the next day, freaking PlayStation comes out with a new thing. Nintendo Directs just drop them whenever they want, and they're in the news for about a week. And I was wrong. I said it was a dumb fucking idea, and they really turned it on.
I don't remember how I felt about it.
I can't remember how you felt. I'm sure that we were both kind of like poo-pooing on it. Yeah, I think we were.
I might have been. That sounds like something I would do, but I'm not.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was on an old show. We definitely talked about it. I remember saying, I think I remember saying, like, Nintendo Directs are so stupid. Like, who the fuck would watch them? Like, these are for the average person. Like, nobody fucking cares. No one's gonna watch them, the average person. But average people watch them now because they're so short and they're like the presentation is actually really good.
Yeah. When you usually have like Bill Trennan being made fun of by Reggie and.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that. I still haven't seen a direct with the president yet. The new Satoru Iwata.
I don't think you're going to.
I think he's kind of keeping himself in the background.
I think he's the business type.
He definitely is the business type because he's making smart business decisions.
Yeah.
Right now, he's already been doing a much better job than Satoru Iwata was doing, and
well, there's no way.
God rest his soul,
for sure.
Satoru Iwata. But I never was a fan of Satoru Iwata. I liked him as a game. I liked him as a personality, but as a
I know he's
leader,
a genuine person.
Yeah, he was a good person.
Yeah,
but
I agree that sometimes he made decisions that were emotional based and
not business smart.
Yeah.
So the new president's been doing a good job. So good job on him. So here we go. Let's. One of the first things they talked about was The World Ends With You, the DS Switch version, I guess, remastered. Which is a really...
there was how they have Kingdom Hearts Final Mix in Japan?
Yeah.
They had a World Ends With You, remix edition in Japan.
That was always kind of what I was referred to as a hidden gem on Nintendo DS. And I thought it was kind of odd that they were going to be throwing a big version out for the Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, are you shocked that they decided to bring that over?
No, it's a good game.
I know it's a good game, but is it a real gangbuster moneymaker?
Well, I will tell you the original game was a limited print run.
Yeah, it's expensive. I mean, you can't get that game for less than $30 at least. Might have gone up. Maybe it's probably around 40 at this point.
I don't remember what I last saw it at.
I'm not too keen on the Nintendo DS marketplace because the boxing and not boxing of them are kind of odd.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's actually one of the rarest games on the Nintendo DS.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to kind of...
It's good.
I'm going to argue that real quick, just because I think that's like how people say that Earthbound is like one of the rarest games for the Super Nintendo when it's really not. Like, I see World Ends With You a lot, but I don't see...
Well, you do now.
You do now, but it's still like...
Like, the first couple years it was out, they released the first, the limited print run, and then that was it. Yeah, if you were going to find anything, it was going to be used.
See, I define
at this point,
I define rare something like Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii. Like that I do not see everywhere.
I see that more than I see World Ends With You.
Really?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, wow. Maybe you just don't look at DS cases like I do. I mean, I always look through DS cases and I see World Ends With You at like an exchange every time I go look through
in the actual box.
Yeah,
complete.
Most of the time it's in the box. But I think it's just most of those people who had it didn't get rid of the box.
Yeah.
It's not like Super Mario where you're a kid and you're like, oh, fuck this case.
Yeah.
Anybody who had that game kept it. It's kind of
They
like...
knew what it was, yeah.
Yeah, it's like whenever you find all, like, the games, any Atlas games, usually you don't find those out of their cases. You usually find them in their case. But, so I thought The World Ends With You was an odd choice. I'm very happy because I might actually...
Get a chance to play it
for once. But, I thought it was an odd choice, but bold, and I hope that they think about maybe porting some of the other good games from the... DS days on there. Yeah. Like, I know that you will hate this, but can I please get my remastered Trauma Centers? Please. I love Trauma Center.
Trauma Center on the DS was fantastic.
Oh, you hate it on the Wii.
Yeah, the Wii ones are fucking terrible.
I like them on everything.
Nah, dude, the control scheme for the Wii fucking sucks. The fact that those Trauma Center games were made before the Wii Motion Plus, they're fucking terrible.
Doesn't the Wii Motion Plus make them better? Because I thought I remember not having that big of an issue with it.
No, it doesn't make them better.
Oh, okay. Well,
if it's an old game and it doesn't know how to use the Wii Motion Plus, it doesn't make a fucking difference.
Oh, I thought that they usually made them a little better.
They have to be Wii Motion Plus enabled.
Ooh. Well, either way, I still don't have a problem with them. If you're just then to appease both Adam and I, put out the DS versions, but you can put out any version if you ask me. I guess you just got to improve the controls.
Yeah, make the control scheme not shit, and I'll play the other ones too.
Okay. Well, any other DS games that you would think about maybe reshooting out there? I wouldn't mind maybe doing some updated, maybe Switch versions of the Dragon Quest games. I'd be okay with that. Some of those cool collections I really liked.
Do you remember Phantasy Star Zero?
Yeah.
That was a good game. Why don't they make a sequel to that on the Switch? That'd be great.
I don't know. It seems like the Phantasy Star franchise is just dead. Which sucks.
It's not dead. They're like, oh, let's only release it in Japan.
Oh, yeah. They keep releasing Phantasy Stars in Japan.
Yeah, there's two of them on the Vita. One of them is the online game, and one of them is a completely its own standalone thing.
I love the Phantasy Star franchise.
No, they're good.
I would love if they kind of started bringing them over here. Same thing with those. When are they going to bring those online Dragon Quest MMOs over? I'd really like those.
Oh, that'll never happen.
I thought they were planning on putting out 11.
11, yeah. 11's a single player game.
Oh.
You're thinking of Dragon Quest X.
Oh, I thought they were bringing that over too. No?
They were talking about bringing it over for the Wii U, but they never did.
Yeah. Maybe they were going to do it on the Switch or something. I don't know. Maybe whenever they start releasing the supposed bundle of games that they haven't really paid attention to over here, maybe that's... Because it seems like whatever they throw on the Switch, people buy, and it's been doing pretty good. So, but speaking of Dragon Quest, they also announced that they're going to be porting over the Dragon Quest Builders over to the Switch. What is that game? Because that's the one game I've never played. You seem to really enjoy it.
Yeah, I like it.
What is it?
It's okay. So it's like an action RPG with some Minecraft building mechanics in it.
Like squares, or is it more like
it's like squares,
real shapes?
No, there's real shapes too. There's like tables and chairs and like cooking pots and all kinds of stuff that you can build. And you build a village.
Okay.
And people move into the village, shopkeepers and shit like that, and they give you quests to do. So you go out in the world and you do the quests and shit like that. And then every once in a while you'll reach a certain level of progress where there's like a boss battle, and then all these enemies try to attack the town.
I wish they marketed that a little better, because they made it just come off like a Minecraft clone.
Yeah, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, there's Minecraft mechanics in it, but you can't swim.
Do you die if you swim like in Vice City?
If you swim in the ocean, yes. If you swim in like a lake, you're fine.
Okay. Well, also we have Dark Souls Remastered,
which is good.
That's good. That means they can finally start putting these I guess Doom did okay enough to the point where they're seeing that these M-rated games do okay enough, and them putting Dark Souls is them kind of acknowledging that this is not a kid system anymore.
This is an everybody system. Just like the PlayStation 4 is an everybody system.
Exactly. They have kid games on both, but it seems that
arguably Nintendo has better and more kid games.
Oh, yeah, obviously, but I think that they're kind of going back to the days of the GameCube where they would put some M-rated games on there. Not like the Wii.
I don't know
Wii
how
hardly-
successful a GameCube was, but I'd imagine that it's one of their most successful systems of all
I
time.
don't think it is. I actually think that the GameCube
I know the Wii
underperformed.
is. I know the Wii is their most successful system.
Yeah, I think that overall, GameCube was not very successful when it came out. I mean, it was going up against the PS2 and the
Really, the only thing,
Xbox,
the
too.
only thing that wasn't,
Duke.
yeah, the only thing that wasn't better about the GameCube was the
discs.
yeah, the disc didn't hold as much memory as the other games.
Yeah, and that was, I don't know what the purpose of that was.
Piracy protection, which really didn't work anyways, because you can pirate games on the GameCube.
Yeah. All right, and
That's
so,
usually
but
why they do weird proprietary formats like that instead of just doing something that
everybody else doesn't.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying, and I don't think pirating is really that big anymore. I really don't. Pirating doesn't seem like it is now, like it was back with like the PlayStation 2 and
or like you remember 2000?
yeah, like
Nobody paid for anything.
No, exactly. Like it's not like that anymore. It seems like.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, good on them for Dark Souls. Everyone was planning that for a long time. Everyone was thinking that was going to come out for sure. But I like that they're kind of finally come out with an original Dark Souls.
What system do you think that you'll get that on? Do you think that you'd get that on there? Because if I go,
I'm not a Dark Souls fan, but if I had to,
you're a baby that's bad at games.
Oh, fuck off. If I had to say if I was going to pick up Dark Souls Remastered, if it's a cheap price, I have Dark Souls 2 and 3 on PS4, so I would probably just get it on PS4. But I like that the idea of someone being able to play Dark Souls on the go, that sounds appealing, but it's an OCD thing, so I see 2 and 3, I want 1 there. You know what I mean? All right. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, were you a fan of the original one or not really?
I bought it and never played it.
Never played it. Wow, you're exciting. Well, I actually like.
Never touched it.
I liked Hyrule Warriors, but I'm gonna say I got a little bored with it. There's a lot of levels in that game. And a lot of characters. But
here's my thing. Okay, the Dynasty Warriors clones, when they have original stories instead of like being based off of other shit, they're bad. They're not as fun.
Hyrule Warriors story is nearly non-existent.
That's
There's
what I mean.
Barely one there.
Yeah, they're
I haven't played Fire Emblem Warriors yet. I hear that Fire Emblem Warriors is really good.
Well, like One Piece Pirate Warriors 3.
Yeah, you're obsessed with that game right now.
It has a predetermined story to follow, so it's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
The Berserk game has a predetermined story to follow, so it's pretty good. But like,
I know what this.
It just doesn't interest me. Like, I don't care about Koei's take on the Legend of Zelda formula. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean the gameplay's fun, but they are. This is a good sign for me because whenever we get to the next topic as well, the next game. So you're getting every map and every character from the Wii U and the 3DS version, plus you're getting the champion tunics from Breath of the Wild, and so this is just fucking packed.
Yeah.
But I guess they're finally seeing that these Wii U ports do sell because we addressed, I think it was on last week's podcast, that
Xenoblade Chronicles X should come over.
What?
Is that what you're talking about?
Oh no! Well, yes, of course.
Xenoblade X should come over.
Yes, give me Xenoblade Chronicles X because Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is great right now. I'm loving that game. But no, I was more saying that the Wii U games are selling because we talked last week that Amazon addressed that the second highest selling game on all of Amazon was Mario Kart.
Yeah.
For the Wii U.
Yeah.
And so Hyrule Warriors is probably going to be a really good seller, especially because I think Fire Emblem Warriors sold pretty well too.
Yeah.
And they're probably pretty, I don't want to say they're easy games to make, but there's not a lot of depth to them. So, I mean, they can pump out
they
Warriors
basically
game
take
for anything.
their basic Warriors engine and then tweak it.
It's funny that Dynasty Warriors is pretty much a dead franchise, but they just do Warriors for something else. Maybe another Gundam Warriors? Huh?
I never played any of the Gundam Warrior games.
Oh, they're fun games. They're
Yeah.
really fun. I had a blast with Gundam Warriors.
But I mean, they're revamping the whole Warrior series. The next one's going to be an open world game.
Ooh, okay.
So
Cool.
there's that to look forward to. Dynasty Warriors 9 in the United States is going to be an open world game.
Awesome. Good thing on them. Because I'm very fond of the Dynasty Warriors franchise. Dynasty Warriors 2 and 3 are so good to me. I still love those games. I probably should pick those up again. I probably wouldn't mind playing them. So moving on to another Wii U port, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. So this is we were talking about this before the show.
Yeah.
You thought that this was just Donkey Kong Country Returns going on the Switch. And it's like, well, it's on the Wii. No, the Donkey Kong Country Returns Tropical Freeze is a whole new game.
Yeah.
That is a bitch to play. It is hard as balls. It is a hard fucking game.
Well, you're going to have easy mode now that you got fucking whatever his name is, Cool Kong, whatever, fucking surfboarding everywhere.
He is like...
It looks like he's basically just like...
He is the 3D Mario, like, white suit, or whatever it's called, where they give you the invincibility suit, or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah,
do you remember what it was?
Yeah,
it was like the invisible cat suit?
If you die 30 times in one of the
games. It was like 3. If you died more than 3 times, they gave you an option to get this.
Be invincible?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But you didn't have to do it if you didn't. They didn't force it on you.
Yeah, I know, but
which was okay. But yeah, I was like, really? After 3?
It's a Mario game.
Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is a great game. Definitely deserves to be on there. And honestly, if they decide they were like, hey, we're going to switch. We're just going to port half the games from the Wii U over. I'd be fine with that. I honestly would because, 3D Land is an incredible game. As you mentioned, Xenoblade Chronicles X would be amazing on there. There's a lot of... Why Mario Maker hasn't been ported over yet, I'm still shocked. Because they pretty much shut down the online for Wii U, so Mario is kind of pointless. Another one that I'm not really shocked at, and I feel like this is the bastard child that just keeps coming begging for money every single time. Like, please, sir, can someone just play me Payday 2? I feel like Payday 2 is...
That's a really good game.
I know, but... I've never played it. People talk about it, but I don't know anybody who plays the goddamn thing.
I would if I had people to play with. You need 4 people to play that game.
I know.
You can't...
I know, but that's the problem. I don't know anybody that fucking plays it, but it's ported to everything. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
But, hey, Payday 2, here you go. Have fun with it, Switch. I mean, cool. It's another M-rated game. I'm fine with that, but...
It's a really fucking good game.
I'm sure it is, but why? No one plays it. You're never going to find more than one person to play that with. Especially now. It's not even a newer game. It's like 4 years old.
Yeah, it's probably older than that.
Yeah, wasn't it on the...
PS3.
Yeah, it was on there.
Yeah.
Kind of pointless. I think it's pointless. And we're going to getting a Mario Tennis game, a new Mario Tennis. The one on the Wii U was so bare bones and desperate that I'm hoping that this Mario Tennis actually...
It's more like the Game Boy version.
Or any... I was kind of more thinking the GameCube. I like the GameCube version a lot.
Well, the Game Boy version had like RPG elements in it.
The Game Boy one?
Mm-hmm.
I've never played the Game Boy one.
You
really?
Should. Yeah, you should.
What about the Virtual Boy version?
I
can play that. I can play you in that.
I'm sure you can, but I don't want to.
Really? You sure?
Yeah.
You don't want to burn your eye sockets out?
No, I'm good.
Mario Tennis, though. Might be a purchase. Depends on the reviews on it. If the reviews are good and say that this is actually a worthwhile addition, because I was really excited for the Wii U one, but then everyone's like, yeah, it's tennis, and that's it.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll follow the Game Boy's look at it and kind of
hopefully.